grace of living when you lie.
Command 8, 7, 6. We have main engine start. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Before I get involved in anything nowadays, I have to straighten out my own position. I don't believe in any form of racism. I don't believe in any form of discrimination or segregation in any form whatsoever. In any form whatsoever.
I'm back. WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpy Radio. It's news from the service entrance, the radio show. My name is Mario. What up, everybody? What up, what up, what up? I'm back on today's program to talk about a wonderful event that's happening at the Promontory next week. It's called Wonderful, a celebration of Stevie Wonder. One of the best DJs in the world just rocked Brooklyn for the Michael Jackson Prince celebration. My man DJ Spinna is on the show very shortly. And also, the good man from CHGO, from CHGO Sports, my man Herb Lawrence. Oh my God, Herbie is on the show today. I want to know, what is Mitch McConnell seeing that makes him freeze up every time somebody asks him a question about something? Could be anything. We got a whole lot of stuff today. It's been a while, but I'm back.
The white man, your friend, took your language away from you. During slavery, the only language you know is his language, your friend's language. The white man, your friend, took your language away from you. During slavery, the only language you know is his language, your friend's language. So you call for the same God he calls for. Putting a rope around your neck, you call for God, and he calls for God. And you wonder why the one you call on never answers you.
You saw it just a few moments ago, about 45 seconds after liftoff, a huge fireball in the sky.
Boy, look, I am strongly advising you, if you have people who've never heard the show, today is one of those days that if you're like a new listener, you're going to figure it out real fast. If you've been listening to this show for any part of the 22 years I've been doing it, today's the day. This is one of those days today. I'm not going to get fired. I'm not going to get sued. But this is, write it down. What is today's date? The 31st of August, 2023. I have so many questions about so many things that have come up in the past few weeks. I missed talking about Donald Trump and the indictments like I really wanted to, the second part of that. What a great group, by the way. Number one hit single, Help, I Want My Trial to Be Speedy. And I haven't had a chance to really talk about the migrant issue. I want to talk about that a little bit today because I have some questions. The stupid Chicago White Sox are on the list. Oh, might be time for a new hat. And I never thought I'd say that. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth with Herb Lawrence. I got DJ Spinna on today too. And what I really want to know, what is Mitch McConnell looking at? Or rather, what is he seeing that causes him to not be able to talk, but all the doctors are like, he's good? Something else is going on. We'll find out more, I guess, later. It's WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpy Radio. Yeah! WLPNOP, Chicago 105.5 FM, Lumpy Radio. Pardon me, news from the Service Interest the Radio Show. What's going on, y'all? We are going to have my man DJ Spinna on in a couple of minutes. Ooh, yeah, in a couple of minutes. Mad Lib, news from the Service Interest Radio Show. WLPNLP, Chicago 105.5 FM, Lumpy Radio, news from the Service Interest Radio Show. My name's Mario. Yeah. Congratulations, by the way, to my niece Cheryl and my phone. To my niece Cheryl and her husband Aaron, newlyweds, on their way to Greece, I think, for their honeymoon. It's a pretty cool wedding. Your man Mario Smith in a suit. Oh, I know. Thing of beauty. That's why the new glasses, for those of you watching on Lumpin' TV. Because, you got to coordinate. If we learned nothing from John Witherspoon, it was that we have to coordinate. And be diligent about our coordination. So real quick, because this is the easiest one. What the hell is Mitch McConnell seeing? Somebody just texted me. My man Eric has said that he's seeing the Grim Reaper. No, I think he's seeing something a little bit more intense because you see that every day. I think he's seeing something a little bit more like, ooh, like somebody he wronged in some past life of his, or very well could have been in this current life. And they keep coming back whenever they ask him a question about if he's going to run again. It's like he just freezes up. I'm curious. Well, I'm not curious to see it, but I'm curious to know what the hell is he seeing. Because everybody's like, well, he might have some kind of mental thing. It might be Alzheimer's. It might be dementia. No. Because he's still out here doing evil. But what is he seeing? It's a thing. Until it's not, it is. Because boy, oh boy, my man is like, yo, I'm a little like, he's a little spooked. Oh, you gotta love it. While we're waiting on Spinna, let me do this. Let's run these now, and then we'll have full room for Spinna in a bit. It's WLPNOP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpy Radio. Pivoting, doing a pivot. That's what we do. Pivoting.
1, 2, 1, 2. Check it. What's the word? Huh? Yeah, huh? Turn on the radio. On Saturdays from 12 to 2, y'all already know. What I mean is, your little team gets back to work on another season with anti-fascist reason. And the glow with the glow. What's up? What's up?
Tune into what's up, come on, hop on. If you know what's up, we on fire with the melodies. Music is my remedy, we on top of rarity.
The facts we be spitting, the beats we be bumping. Dumb LP and LP, it's that lumping.
105.5 FM.
Chicago, YOLO Cali.
Lumpin' Radio is supported by Tangible Bookstore, now open in downtown Bridgeport. Tangible offers gently used books, magazines, and ephemera from 10 to 7 daily at 3324 South Halsted Street. More information about Tangible is available on their Facebook page. Tangible Books is a proud partner of Lumpin' Radio. Buddy gives artists and small manufacturers in Chicago a place to showcase and sell their goods and artworks. Buddy retails to a vast audience of Chicagoans and visitors at the Chicago Cultural Center. Buddy is a shop as local as it gets. Buddy is part of the nonprofit Public Media Institute. Visit hi-buddy.org for more information. You are listening to Lumpin' Radio, supported by Mars Community Brewing, maker of the Mars Elixirs. Mars Elixirs are infused with Midwestern hemp. Mars Elixirs are available throughout Chicagoland. More information is available at drinkmars.com. That's drinkmarz.com.
WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpin' Radio, news from the Service Entrance Radio Show. I will be doing this now. Pivot again. Pivot. Play some music. What do you want? This is easy. Nah, I don't want to do that. Do I want to do that? New music from Black Pumas. I can do that. Yeah, why not? New music from Black Pumas. It's called More Than a Love Song. New music. I don't have a new music. I need to get one of those when new music is coming. Anyway, Black Pumas, news from the Service Interest Radio Show. When we come back, DJ Spinna.
More
New music from Black Pumas. What is the name of this tune? More Than a Love Song from the album Chronicles of a Diamond. Coming soon to a turntable near you. Joining me right now, musicologist, first of all, a really good brother, more than anything. He's a really good dude. I remember distinctly walking through Hyde Park one day, and he just walked up on me and went, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" I'm like, DJ Spinna, what are you doing here? A really good brother. Just got through rocking the Spike Lee joint in the park in Brooklyn, the Michael Jackson Prince celebration, and he'll be in Chicago on the 8th of September next week. Yo, today's the last day of August. For an event that I am fond of called Wonderful. It's one of the best, if not the best, tribute to Stevie Wonder you'll ever go to. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my man DJ Spinna on the show. Hey, brother.
What's going on, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's good to see you. I'm always glad when I get a chance to talk to you about anything, but especially about what you do so well, which is make people happy. I got to tell you, man, I was watching some of the event from the past weekend on Instagram, and it was going to be starting something. The Mama Say Mama Sama Makusa part.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, and you are going to be able to answer for me. All the good DJs do it, and I'm not going to leave anybody out on purpose. Sada Bahar does it. Ron Trent does it. You do it. I would say DJ Heather does it. Derek Carter does it. When you guys get in that groove, in that place, and you realize that you got that audience, you got them. So now, is there a name for that? I know it's vibration. I know it's energy. I know that kind of thing. But when you see it, are you like, got them?
I've never named it. But the moment is climaxing, you know. That's usually the word that I tend to use a lot to describe that moment. The peak, the climax, which that song always translates in that way. You know, it always comes across in that way, especially the way that I play it at these events. It's just climactic, you know. It has that kind of energy to it.
Cause they're in it.
I think that I think Michael Jackson recorded it with that intention, because of like how it was recorded, the way it breaks down in the record towards the end of the song, like he knew what he was doing when he made that.
I agree.
For sure.
I agree. I'm as I watched that the video, and Spike is in it. Spike is just super in it anyway, but he was really in it, and it was like the first 5 or 6 rows of people are all clapping. They clap through the entirety of that hook. And it was emotional watching that. Seeing people being on that same groove, man, it just, as a person that loves music and is grateful to be around music a lot, that you can't buy that. That's a feeling, I guess, as a DJ, you can't like go somewhere and go, I'm gonna make this happen. It has to happen.
It has to happen, and I think that's a moment that I think every DJ who is really passionate about what they do and passionate about music, what they should strive for at some point in their set, just to be connected and locked in and bringing your audience to some kind of crescendo, some kind of frenzy, if not for just a minute or two. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it calls for it, of course, but I think that's the ultimate goal. I mean, we're entertainers at the end of the day. It's nothing different from a singer or a musician who's playing an instrument, or even a MC who has a hit record, and you save your biggest record for the end of the show. You want that feeling. You want to have a moment where you can say, "Wow, I connected and I got him."
Right.
You know?
Right. You're coming to Chicago next week. It'll be nice to see you, by the way. You're coming to Chicago next week for Wonderful. It is the officially sanctioned tribute to the greatest living musician on the planet Earth, Stevie Wonder. When did you start doing these, and what was your intention upon celebrating this amazing, amazing artist?
Well, it started off as a real humble, low key underground event at a place called Baby Jupiter in the Lower East Side of New York. And initially, it was just a celebration for songs in the key of life. This was back in like '99.
Mm-hmm.
It was me, Barbito, and a few other DJs. And then after that, my wife, who was my partner in life and business with the events, we basically put our heads together. We were already throwing parties, and we were like, you know what, it would be dope if we can just make this an all out tribute, and that birthed 2001 was the birth of Wonderful and Barbito, who played that first party. He's also a super Stevie Wonder fan. His
Yes.
father introduced him to Innovisions when he was a kid, and he has a deep love for Stevie as well. So for the first about 8 years, 9 years, we did it together, starting in New York and then traveling all over the world. Actually, outside of the states, we had done it in Japan and Amsterdam. And then he kind of bowed out gracefully to pursue other things, film being one of them. And I continued to do it on my own. And I remember, man, the first time I came to Chicago at the Promontory, that was that was a really magical moment. That was a real special moment. But I have fun with it. Many people who follow the event knows that Stevie Wonder has endorsed it. He's shown up a few times to the party, and it led to me having a really cool relationship with him. As a result of that, I've done shows with him. I was actually part of his band a few times as the DJ in the band. I opened up for him at the Super Bowl in New Orleans
Wow.
years ago. Been in his crib, been in his studio. We have a rapport. We definitely have a rapport now, and it's a blessing. I could never tell you that on the inception of this party that that's what would be the result. But I guess that's it's energies, man. And energies attract each other in that way, and it's a blessing.
So now there's so many questions just on the I hang out with Stevie Wonder part. You have access that a lot of people don't have, and you might be able to answer this question for me. Is there music of his that we've never heard from that classic period that could be released like tomorrow and instantly be right in the pocket like he was through the not that he hasn't done things since the classic period, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
are there extra songs in the Key of Life things? Are there extra Intervisions things that you know about?
absolutely.
What?
Yes, definitely.
I
There's
know when.
definitely there's definitely music in the vault. There's definitely one or two things that kind of leaked out unfinished, but there's more. And I don't think we'll ever, unfortunately, get to hear them because he's a stickler for unreleased materials. It's kind of one of those things where if it never came out, if he canned it, he basically doesn't want it out. And it's really hard to get him. There's been instances where things have been presented to him to release like anniversary albums, and basically nothing ever really comes to fruition. He don't nothing gets approved, and it is what it is. I think he's such a visionary and a perfectionist to some degree that uh if it didn't come out, it's just it just wasn't meant to be. And I actually, the only time I went to his recording studio Wonderland in LA, he played me a couple of things, and this was back in like 2013. That was incredible. Newly recorded things, and he hasn't put an album out. He hasn't put a studio album out since 2005.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And but I do know that he never stops recording. He continues to record. He played me a couple of things during that visit that was just mind boggling. But for whatever reason, these things just don't. It's really hard to, you know,
You
fathom that or get a grip around it as a fan and as a consumer. But who knows? Who knows the reason why? He just doesn't put anything out.
I had
much
this
these days.
I had this discussion with Large Professor about the Midnight Marauders album. I'm like, is there more stuff? And he's like, oh, absolutely there is. It was like, and you just did the same thing. Yeah, of course there's stuff, but he was in Chicago a few years ago, did the Songs in the Key of Life tour. He was here at the United Center, and he intimated that, one of these days maybe I'll release it. You never know. And he was playing stuff, and we were like, man, I have never heard that before. He's he is fully capable of coming out with like a you said vault. So we're talking more than a couple of hundred songs of just stuff and being done with it.
I believe he's very much like Prince, where the multitude of music that is just sitting around is more than we can imagine.
Wow.
And I actually heard too, Nate Watts, his Nathan, his bass player, told me years ago. He said, "Yeah, Songs in the Key of Life is good, but you should hear the stuff that we did that didn't come out." He
What?
told me that himself, and he's on that album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So who knows, man? Like, who knows what's out there or what he's harboring that's just sitting? Who knows?
You,
I don't know if we'll ever know.
you know what, man? You call Stevie. You tell him Mario said, "Get it together."
Well,
He can
I'm
text
sure
me.
I'm not going to be the guy to deliver that message, but I'm sure he's heard that a million times from all kinds of people. Yeah, I'm sure.
Can you imagine though? Oh, that would be so dope. Wonderful. This event that is happening on September 8th at Promontory. We're with DJ Spinna. And I'm not trying to hold you forever, brother, but I do need to ask you, in that same vein, you see a lot of music, you spin at a lot of different places, you get to hear a lot of great stuff that is bubbling that seemingly nowadays doesn't make it to radio anymore. And I know that listening patterns have changed and the way people consume music has changed. And we're in year 2023 now, heading toward 24 really fast. What is your outlook if you could forecast how your job looks in the next 5-10 years?
As far as releasing music or consuming music or both?
Both.
Well, I think that obviously labels don't have the power that they used to have, especially with some of these raggedy deals that they're offering artists these days and dipping into shows and merch and all that kind of stuff. So independence to me has always been the way. I've been an independent artist for as long as I can remember, after years of trying to get signed to a major label. And I think the power is in our control now. But the detriment of that, to some degree, is anyone can make a song and put it out there and make it available on streaming platforms, and it's kind of deregulated the quality control. So because anyone can make a song or put a record out, there's too much fluff. So the good part about that is, if you're really trying to seek out good music and the way the algorithms work with some of these streaming platforms, once you lock into a certain style or sound, you'll get recommendations. And I think that's pretty much the safest way to stay on top of music that you would be into,
Yeah.
and able to discover in a natural kind of way based on what you like. I do miss the days of record stores. I mean, I still buy records, but I mean in the sense of how it used to exist, where we would go out to a venue and hear a song and then go to the record store and buy it, or just congregating in a record store and listening to radio. Radio obviously doesn't have the power anymore, but radio was essential in how we heard new music, groundbreaking music, and trusting your favorite tastemakers and your favorite DJs to kind of deliver you music that you can trust in. So it's real tricky these days, but ultimately the power is back in the hands of the artist and the consumer, and it's up to you really. There's no shortage of good music being made. That's one thing I can say. If you're like, for example, Bandcamp, I think is a wonderful tool, because the way that works is, if you support your favorite artists, once you make a purchase and you have followers, your followers get a notification on what you've purchased, and then they can seek that out, and people who follow them will get the notice that they bought some music,
and it just keeps, it's a rabbit hole. It just keeps, going deeper and deeper. And there's so many new artists, and you know, the power for the artists. We can sell merch on there, direct to fan base,
Right.
uh, you know, business. So you put something out, there's no middle person. Your fans get an email automatically, and the fan is able to purchase the music, and you get paid in 24 hours as an artist. And then aside from that, we have all the streaming platforms: YouTube, Apple, Spotify, etc. So
Yeah. Hey man, I am such a big fan of yours. I was before I met you. I am so glad that I had the honor and pleasure of meeting you and bumping into you a few times over the years. And what you do is phenomenal to me. I really, really enjoy it. When I saw you on that stage, though, at Spike's joint, I was like, okay, he went and hired the big guns to do this one. Looking forward to seeing you here in Chicago next week for Wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
My pleasure, brother. Thank you for having me.
Right on. Looking forward to hanging out.
All right, bro.
Because as I've told people, I'm not leaving until I see you go into your hotel. I am staying to the very end. I want to watch you unpack and pack back up.
All right, brother.
Take it easy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro.
Peace.
Later.
DJ Spinna. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be good. Wonderful. It's on September 8th at the Promontory. When we come back, got to talk about the White Sox because God knows. Oh, Lord. Just got to do it. We'll do it, I suppose. One of the tunes you're going to hear that night, man. No doubt. For sure. Higher Ground, Stevie Wonder, WLPNLP Chicago, 105.5 FM Lumpin' Radio. News from the service entrance, the radio show. When we come back, Herb Lawrence on the show. WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpin Radio News from the Service Entrance of the radio show. Since we're in a Stevie mood, here's a song from Stevie that he wrote. Oh, wait, hold on. We'll get to that in a moment. Far more pressing matters are happening right now. My Chicago White Sox. Well, I don't know if they're mine anymore. They were mine. They were mine for a long time. They were mine. I embraced them. I loved them. They were kind and gentle and everything. And then what they do? Well, they decided that screw you, fan. I don't care about you. But I still that's why I got Herb on today. So my man Herb Lawrence, one of the realest human beings that has ever been on the radio in the city of Chicago, is now with Chicago Sports, CHGO Sports. He is a treasure in my estimation in this town, and I'm so glad he's in our town. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to introduce to News from the Service Entrance for the first time. What the hell is wrong with me? Mm-hmm. Herb Lawrence. What's up, Herb?
Thank you for having me, Mario. It's enjoyable to be here. Nothing wrong with you. First time I earned it, so it's good to be on.
Oh no, brother, you earned it a long time ago. That's me. I will blame me for not having this happen sooner. Okay. All right. Just to kind of before, and I know you gotta catch this press conference if it hasn't already happened with Chris Getz being named the GM, which makes no sense. What happened between the year that the COVID games happened and this season? What happened to the Chicago White Sox?
Well, it started off when, after that season, the 2020 season, the White Sox fired Ricky Renteria, who led them to the playoffs and was one of the instrumental managers and developers of the fun, long, young, loving team with Tim Anderson, Yoan Moncada, Eloy Jimenez, etc., and Luis Robert Jr. Then they hired Tony La Russa in a shocking, dumb move. And at the time, most White Sox fans were like, this is a really terrible move because the guy hadn't managed the game in 11 years. His age was up there, and I don't like to be ageist, but still, the game is moving away of analytics and other ways, and it was a young, fun team. And we knew that guy up in his 80s is not going to be all about the fun, all about the swagger, all about the tossing the bats. And we saw that come to fruition when the next season, where Yermin Mercedes was early leading the team with his offensive power. He was hitting a bunch of home runs. And the game in Minnesota in May, he hit a home run on a 3-0 count. It was a grand slam, I believe it was. Mm-hmm. And Tony absolutely eviscerated the kid. I mean, it was his rookie year. And from then on, and a little bit before that, Yermin Mercedes pretty much fell off the table. He got released from the team, and the team eventually won that division. But as we saw in 2022, they finished 81-81. Tony left because of health reasons, and we're like, okay, cool. Tony was one of the big problems why this team went from where it was to where it is now. We get rid of Tony, maybe we'll go forward. They hire Pedro Grifol. It really doesn't work. Pedro's not a motivator. In-game decisions are really bad. And then they fire Kenny and Rick Hahn last week on Tuesday. Every White Sox fan is like, well deserved. Didn't think it was going to happen because they deserved to get fired a long time ago. We're happy that accountability was here, and we're like, okay, if he fires these two guys who have been here for 20 plus years, maybe he's fed up with the losing, with the bad baseball, with the bad development in the minor league system. But no, today he goes and hires the guy who's been running the minor league system for the last 7 years, in Chris Getz.
What is going
and people
on?
Don't know that the run differential between all the minor league teams put together, just like how many runs you score versus how many runs you give up. The White Sox have the worst run differential by a big margin this year in the minor leagues. Wow. And so the person that did that is now running the major league team. So he's failing up. He's not good at his job now, and he's going to get a job that he's not qualified for, and I don't think he can do the job at all. So Jerry Reinsdorf is continuing his insular hiring ways, where he gets this guy who's going to probably do his bidding and do all the things he wants to, and not ask Jerry for extra things like money or research and development department or the things that other teams have.
Why is Jerry Reinsdorf sabotaging the White Sox franchise? Is there a reason that winning is not as important to him as the opportunity and the ability to make money? And with that, I know that there's a deal that they have with the stadium. The lesser the fans that come, the more money that he ends up getting. Is this part of that sabotage? And would it be a good idea for us to all just pile up one day and just really ruin his plan by showing up to games and filling that place up?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the number is. What rumor is like if he goes over 1.7 million in attendance, he has to pay $5 for each fan over that 1.7 number. So yeah, if you get 3 million people, who would have to pay the Illinois Sports Authority a certain amount of dollars because they're the ones who actually own the building, guaranteed rate field. But my theory, and it's just a far fetched theory, is that Jerry Reinsdorf has felt his loss of control on the Major League Baseball landscape as a whole. Because if you remember, Jerry used to run things with Bud Selig, is one of his best friends, and Bud used to be the commissioner. When he retired, they brought in Rob Manfred, who is a lawyer who Jerry voted against. He didn't want this guy in here. He wanted a different guy as the commissioner. So that was strike number one. Then before that, he kept people like Mark Cuban out of baseball because he saw what Mark Cuban did in Dallas with the Mavericks, and he's like, I don't like that for my basketball league. He's definitely not getting to my baseball league. And so he kept people like that out for a long, long time until Steve Cohen, the New York Mets owner, who is a $16 billion, the richest owner in Major League Baseball, came in and started spending money all last year. Spent the most money, I think, in the history of baseball. It hasn't worked out. I think he spent $300 million on a payroll. But Jerry doesn't like that. Jerry doesn't like that. He doesn't like the San Diego thing where the owner there, Peter Seidler, spent a bunch of money too. So he's losing control of Major League Baseball and how he used to collude with the owners and keep prices down and make sure the players don't get wild salaries. Like he wants to keep it down. And so he's been losing that grip, and he looks around and it's like, what do I have power over? And I think the Tony La Russa hiring was one of the things where he was like, I'm going to take back the power that I have on my team and take it away from my general manager who wants to be one of these young whippersnappers and sign this, newfangled manager like the guy up in Houston. I can't remember his name right now, AJ Hinch, right, or the guy in Detroit who used to be in Houston. And instead, I'll hire my guy and also make up for a wrong that I allowed to happen in 1986 when Hawk Harrelson fired Tony La Russa. So this is my theory, that Jerry is just power hungry and he wants to take control of something he can take control of. The Bulls he already gave to his son, so to take that away from his son would create a rift that he probably doesn't want. The White Sox, it's his baby. He doesn't give a damn, and he don't care what fans think about him taking away the power from Rick Hahn and hiring Tony La Russa. And this Chris Getz hiring, I don't think people understand. He is not really good at his job now. And to play and to be a major league general manager is probably one of the hardest jobs in professional sports because you have to scout both high school and college people. And those people don't come up immediately. They have to spend years in the minor league system. So you have to hire people to develop those people that you have drafted and scouted for years. And then those people have to come to the major leagues and also perform. So for that person who is not good at that already to get the biggest job in the organization, it's just a colossal mess up. And it's going to be a laughing stock because he will mess up. He will not do things well. The White Sox, I think, are currently 28 games under 500 in the worst division in baseball. So it is horrendous right now. When what he's inheriting is horrendous, and they don't really have a lot of improvements they can make to the everyday lineup because most of the players are signed, and they're signed to long-term deals with very little, like Yoel Moncada. He's going to make $24 million next year. No one wants him because he makes too much money and he's hurt all the time and his production's down. Same thing with Lloyd Jimenez. So all of these people are coming back and they're going to do the same thing next year. And the White Sox still have a dearth of starting pitchers because they gave them all away at the trade deadline. So Chris Getz doesn't have like a ready-made team that he can't mess up. Kind of like Tony La Russa had a team that was in the playoffs. So it's like, okay, all I have to do is the same thing and just get out the way. and that's pretty much what he did in 2021, except for that your mean Mercedes thing.
Right.
And so it wasn't that bad of a hire because he had already been a manager and with championships on his wall. This guy has no championships. No one's checking for him, so no team around the league is like, "Oh man, we got to have Chris Getz," and so the White Sox just hire him before somebody else does. He is no experience. No one's checking for him, and he has a bad team. So this is going to be worse before he even gets better.
And then I know you got to bounce. The idea of the White Sox selling the franchise is probably more likely to happen than them being a competitive baseball team in the next 2 or 3 years. I don't subscribe in the whole they're going to leave Chicago thing because who wants them? and Major League Baseball doesn't want that for a new city. They want to have brand new stuff. If they were to leave Bridgeport, where I am right now, broadcasting from the wonderful studios of Lumpin' Radio, and go to the west side of Chicago, I think that would be cool. If they went further down 41, I think that would be nice. I don't know if the Soldier Field part works unless you could tear up old McCormick Place. What is your estimation about the selling of the team, and how soon do you think that might happen? And then I have a whopper-ass question to end it with.
I don't know if Jerry wants to sell. Like, I would already because he bought in 1981 for $19 million, and now this team is valued over $2 billion. So him and his investors can cash out and have a nice payday and enjoy the rest of their lives. He's an 87-year-old man. Why would you want the frustration? And frankly, your legacy is getting murdered by White Sox fans across the world. And so there's no good that's going to come out of him in the next couple of years. I would look to sell it, but I haven't heard any rumors that he is looking to sell it. What he is like you were saying, trying to move the stadium or where the White Sox play. I would say the most feasible one for Jerry Reinsdorf would be him and Brandon Johnson, the new mayor, work out a deal for Soldier Field and retrofit that to be a baseball stadium. And like you said, do whatever you need to do to make the construction and the infrastructure a little better. I'm a big proponent of not paying for stadiums. And the reason why is because the Soldier Field situation. They still owe $500 million on that stadium, and the Bears are leaving. They ain't paying a dime of that. I mean, they might pay a little bit. They ain't paying a majority of that.
Right.
But since the taxpayers are still going to pay all that money to pay for the stadium, might as well have state-of-the-art downtown with the backdrop of the skyline for the White Sox. Have a great stadium and have the White Sox pay for it. Like all the renovations, all that stuff, and get it done properly. Yeah, the West Side would be great. But, the White Sox are a South Side team, and I know Soldier Field is not technically South Side. I mean, it is technically South Side, but no one considers you in the South Loop as a South Sider. So that would be a little problem. There's also that space of, 78, the 78, where it's the new development they're going to have where it's kind of in the South Loop area.
Right.
Just south of that, where it's a big, just green area. And then there is the backdrop of the skyline there, too. So they have options within Chicago, but always, 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 I want fans and people who pay taxes to know when they come to you and they ask you for money, taxes-wise, or if the mayor or the governor says, hey, we want to build a new stadium for White Sox. It's like, cool. White Sox want to build a stadium for themselves, not us.
Right.
Because you do not want to be footing the bill for their stadium, because you can't go on a random Tuesday to that stadium that you paid for and just chill out in there. You can't. That's their stadium. If it's going to be your stadium, let you pay for the stadium. That's what they do in California. That's why teams leave California, because taxpayers are smart. They're like, hey, if you want a stadium, pay for yourself. And that's why you get the building out there what the Los Angeles Rams own, SoFi Stadium, where it's a global great stadium and everybody wants to go there. Concerts, Final Fours, Super Bowls, everything. That's what the Bears are building out there in Arlington Heights, hopefully. And the White Sox should build something similar with a retractable roof. And when it's not raining, just open that thing up and look at the backdrop of the Soldier Field. I mean, backdrop of Chicago. I mean, what can be a better backdrop in Major League Baseball than that?
Unless they could turn Guaranteed Rate Field to 45 degrees toward the north. Or get rid of, I'm not even going to go there. My whopper question, and I wish I could talk to you about the Bears and all that's coming up next week. But my last thing, I've been a fan of the White Sox as long as I can remember. I'm not I am not suggesting that I'm going to stop being a fan, but as a fan, should I turn my attention away from them until he sells it or until they improve? Because this is painful. It's hard to go to the game. It's even harder to sit at a game knowing he doesn't care about my feelings about this team. Should I look for a new hat for a little while?
I mean, I always tell people do what they feel, and if this team is causing them extra stress, take a break or leave them for good. But if you enjoy going to games, like I enjoy going to actual physical games at Guarantee Rate because of the people I sit around. And if you enjoy doing that, find a way not to put money in Jerry's pocket, like a secondary ticketing site. If you want to, bring your own food, bring your own drinks, so you're not doing anything. Take public transportation, so you're not putting any dollars into Jerry's pocket. But if you want to go for the Cubs, the Brewers, the Reds, other teams in the league, you can definitely do that. I would suggest it because this life is too short to be sitting around waiting for Jerry Reinsdorf to either die, which I'm not rooting for, or sell the team because we know he's not going to improve the team. He's going to do it the way he wants to do it. And so, yeah, leave the team. Wear another hat. I root for the Padres, even though they're not good. But I try to find joy in little things in Major League Baseball. Like, I'm not a Cub hater, so I want them to go to the playoffs. I want them to do well. I want the Brewers to do well, even though they're competing with the Cubs.
Yeah.
I want to see good baseball, and I unfortunately don't have it here, so I'm not going to deprive myself of seeing these good baseball just because I root for a crappy team.
You can catch Herb Lawrence on CHGO, all CHGO.com. I am a big fan of yours. I always have been. You're one of the kindest brothers in the business, man. And I'll say it out loud. You, Lawrence, Hood, Goff, you guys mean a whole lot to me. And I am glad that I had you on my show for a change. That's pretty cool. Please tell Jay Zawoski I said hello, and I'll be calling upon him for Blackhawk information soon.
Will do. And thank you, Mario, for the kind words. And, we've been, back and forth via Twitter or Facebook for a long time, but it's good to be on your show.
Right on, man. Thank you so much, Herb. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Herb Lawrence, everybody. What? Herbie. That was what I'm talking about. Herb Lawrence. CHGO Sports, man. Get with it if you can. And you should. Why wouldn't you? Good organization. So, I'm sorry. Top of the hour, Nemic. WLPNLP Chicago, 105.5 FM, Lumpin' Radio. They're a mess. They're a bloody mess. The White Sox are a mess. So much so of a mess that apparently last week someone may or may not have gotten shot in the stadium. And maybe or maybe not, a woman hid the gun in her folds of fat. Nobody can find a bullet. Nobody can find the gun. It's a video where nobody's moving, but 3 people got hit with a bullet. How much more mess can happen to the Chicago White Sox? And I am serious. I don't know if this is for me anymore. I don't like feeling like I'm getting played. I don't like it from regular human beings, let alone a sports franchise. And I feel like I'm getting played, man. I am not a fan of getting played. This is Herb's right. Life is short. I'm trying to enjoy it. I don't want to feel like I can't be part of it anymore because I'm upset with the team. What does this song even mean anymore? What does this mean?
White Sox, go, go, White Sox. Let's go, 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 White Sox. We're with you all the way.
I'm sorry, I had my mic off. No, you're not. You're not with me at all. None of the way. You don't care about me. I can't become a Cubs fan because that's just, for all you Cub fans that are friends of mine, besides you, that's a weird bunch of human beings. You guys are weird. I don't know. Just, I love your ballpark. It's the best ballpark in the majors to me. But, I couldn't do that. Although I did see a really cool Ernie Banks jersey that I would get because it's Ernie Banks. But I mean, I saw a cool Dick Allen jersey I'd get because it's Dick Allen. Anyway, the White Sox are an absolute unbridled and uncontrollable mess. Yeah, people are it's just, ugh, man. All right. I'm over it for now. Sorry. What time is it? It's daytime. This is 4 minutes after 3. That's something like that. WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpy Radio, news from the Service Interested Radio Show. I haven't even gotten started yet. Listen to some police. Come back, talk some talk. Thanks, everybody, for listening. And thank you, Herb. It's news from the Service Interested Radio Show. WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM, The Police, Secret Journey. Ooh, Secret Journey. Yeah, well, you know what? I'll roll one more out for you because, why not? And then I gotta ask. I know I had a list. Oh, the migrants. I guess I could have played Secret Journey for them. The big meeting last night at Promontory with the with my with full disclosure, my friend Alderman Desmond Yancey, and our friend of the show, Andre Vasquez, Alderman of the 40th Ward, we're in Hyde Park to calm the neighbors down about the migrants that are coming to Chicago, and that they're moving to a hotel on 49th and DuSable Lakeshore Drive. And I have my reservations about. First of all, might as well since I'm here. I think the President of the United States is doing nothing about this. And he should declare it. Yes, Nemec. I can't repeat what you said, but yes, he is essentially watching this go down something should be done to the governor of Texas and the governor of Florida because they're the two main perpetrators of sending these folks, unbeknownst to them, to wherever they decide those buses go. Whoever's driving those damn buses should refuse to do it, but that's a whole nother story. You declare this a federal emergency, and then you can stop Governor Abbott and Governor DeSantis from doing what they're doing. My problem, though, is, okay, they're here. So we just are going to yell and scream, send them back? Do you know what you sound like when you say that? When you say that, send them back to what? They left a place because they didn't want to be there anymore. They're here because of this illusion of opportunity, and now you want them to go back. I said something earlier, not a lead balloon to some folks, I'll say it again. If they could have done the transatlantic slave trade this way, they would have. If they could have put planes in Africa and sent Africans to America by way of jet plane, they would have. Because they could. I heard a woman in the audience say, when they were talking about some Haitian immigrants that were here, because it's not just Latino immigrants, it's Haitian immigrants as well, and Dominican immigrants and all that. They were like, send them back to Haiti. This was a black woman that said that. And I immediately went, well, where would they send you back to? Do you even know your country of origin? Send you back, what, down south? Where are they sending you to? Where did this come from? And I'm going to repeat what I heard Alderman Vasquez say last night, and you can believe it or not, but the narrative of Chicago outside of Chicago is that this is a rambunctious town where they're shooting every 5 seconds, and the saloon doors swing open, and it's barroom brawl fights, and it's just crazy, crazy, wild, crazy. That's not accurate. It's not accurate by any measure. But when you see this happening, migrants, and that's also a word I'm not familiar with, bringing people against their will to the city of Chicago on a damn bus. And then the city and the state having to find places for these people to live so they're not on the street homeless. And then looking at our own homeless problem that we already have and we're embedded in because we don't seem to want to do anything about that. And then trying to find jobs for everybody. Do you get it? Saying send them back gives that narrative life that we are just up here wilding out and fighting against each other over this. There has to be a point, a tipping point. I get it. And there has to be a real dialogue about what's happening. But damn, y'all, what? Send them back to what? You got a lot of nerve. And then to take the time that was put into putting this meeting together. Yes, that city has some questions to answer about timing, but understand there's no blueprint for this. There's no plan. The governor of Texas sent those folks to Chicago because he could, and nobody's trying to stop him from doing it. So when you got this happening and you have a mayor leaving, you got another mayor that hasn't been here 130 days yet, these are things that we have to collectively deal with. So how are we going to deal with that? Where are these people going to get clothing from when it gets cold in Chicago? Like not this fake cold from yesterday, but when it's cold and it's like, damn it, I don't want to go outside cold. Where are they going to eat? Where are they living? How long are they supposed to be in these temporary places? We need answers to that. Instead of you yelling, send them back. You sound crazy. The governor and the mayor are currently trying to figure out a way to speed up the job situation for these folks so that they can work, so that they aren't at these hotels. To accelerate the process would be great. But it gets dampened down because the narrative that WBBM, WBEZ, 257932, and Channel 11 will sell you in our city, their narrative is, look at them fighting. Look at them at this community meeting yelling at each other about this situation. Combine that with what they say on CNN and MSNBC and everywhere else about the city of Chicago, and look at what's going on right now. So at some point, everybody needs to just calm the you-know-what down, and let's figure this out. But yelling at each other, send them back? You sound stupid. To me, back to what? Go back and do what? They're trying to escape something. They're trying to get away from something. Has anybody asked what the hell is going on that they're leaving to try to come here to better their lives? I don't think people are coming here to be criminals on purpose. Some maybe. I don't know. But this is just, it's it's disingenuous to sound like the people who oppress you. I'll leave it at that. WLPNLP Chicago, 105.5 FM Lumpin Radio. News from the service entrance, the radio show. It's news from the service entrance, the radio show. Headphones on. Oh, I had to play the song today because I was feeling real Saturday Night Fever-ish. Get it? I was sick last week. That's a joke. That's a joke. It's a joke. I'm all right now. Here's the Bee Gees. News from the service entrance, the radio show. One of the biggest songs of all time, Night Fever, the Bee Gees, on News from the Service Entrance, the radio show. What am I missing, Nemic? Am I forgetting something? Trump, whatever. The migrants, White Sox. That's it. That's everything. No, but I was going for something happened last week that was big that I wanted to talk about. Hey, look, hit me on Twitter or X or whatever the hell it's called. Mario in Hyde Park, at Mario in Hyde Park. Or if you, I just need direction because I had a whole bunch of stuff. Even people from the Reader hit me like, yo, I know you're going to be on this week. And I couldn't because I was sick. Oh, well, here's some more White Sox news if you want it. I didn't know. Mike Clevenger cleared waivers. So he's going to stay with the White Sox. And, yeah, because that's what they do. That's what the White Sox do. They can't get rid of anybody. Anyhow, news from the Service Entrance, the radio show. I'm Mario. Thank you for listening, everyone. Truly appreciate you. We got some show left. James Brown song of the day. I do believe I have one for today. Am I correct? Somewhere I do, yes. And some things. Yeah. Things. Can't do the dead air. Things. We talked about Mitch. I'm really trying to go over my list, and I had it written down, but I don't have it in my phone anymore. Mitch McConnell was seeing something, yo. If you just joining the show, this just in. He has the look that Lakeith Stanford had in Get Out. Something is walking up on that dude, and he's like, ooh, I can't move. White Sox, there was a mayor migrant thing last night. I guess that really is it. Okay, so I'll back to music then. Screw it, we'll do that. This is Rob Mazurek and the Exploding Star Orchestra. Great people in that band too. Really dope ass band. This is Parable 3000. We all come from somewhere else. Say word. News from the Service Entrance, the radio show. Rob Mazurek is a bad man. Exploding Star Orchestra, Rob Mazurek, and I believe Tamika Reed is on that. Joel Ross is on that. So this, yeah, buddy. Parable 3000. We all come from somewhere else. We come back. James Brown song of the day. It is a special one. It is from television. It's from television with an orchestra that you would never expect, although you should, but you never expect them to bring it like they brought it that night in 1970, whatever it was, or 80, whatever it was, 70 something. Got some Stevie Wonder. I want to shout out my man Matt Spiegel, who is in a band called Tributosaurus, and he's also on 670 The Score. They murked the Metro last week. Not last week, 2 weeks ago now. And I knew what I knew what it was. Guess who I met at the Cubs game, or after the Cubs game at the Metro? Take a guess. Take a wild guess who I met. You didn't even hear me. I met Tom Ricketts, the owner of the Chicago Cubs. He's my new BFF. Yes. Doesn't mean I'm not becoming a Cubs fan. Just saying. Me and Tom Ricketts connected on beer. On Gill's beer at that. Yeah. I know. That's what I said. All right. Come back with all that and more fun stuff, because this show, if it's nothing else, it's fun. all 2 hours of me. Just so much fun. It's news from the Service Interested Radio Show on 105.5 FM WLPNLP Chicago. You're listening to Lumpin' Radio.
Did you know you can now stream Lumpin' Radio on your favorite internet-connected devices? Just say, "Hey Alexa, play WLPN."
Lumpin' Radio from TuneIn.
And don't forget, you can take us with you anywhere you go. Download our app in the App Store. Lumpin' Radio. Make all your robots play us.
Oli, welcome to Radio Muévelo, a musical journey that transcends borders and unites cultures.
With hosts Janicita and Violeta. Join us on the first Sunday of every month from 12 to 2 p.m. as we uncover hidden Latin American gems and discover new sounds.
From Club Latino to reggaeton,
house to rock en español,
and Latin R&B, we've got it all covered.
We'll also have exclusive interviews with industry insiders and creatives who are shaping the music scene. You'll get an inside look into their journeys, inspirations, stories,
y a veces chismecitos.
Lumpin' Radio is supported by Tangible Bookstore, now open in downtown Bridgeport. Tangible offers gently used books, magazines, and ephemera from 10 to 7 daily at 3324 South Halsted Street. More information about Tangible is available on their Facebook page. Tangible Books is a proud partner of Lumpin' Radio. Lumpin' Radio is brought to you by Mars Community Brewing and Taco Sublime. Mars and Taco Sublime have teamed up to offer food Tuesday through Sunday at the flagship on Iron Street. Featuring tacos, burgers, elotes, and weekly specials, Taco Sublime is bringing their mission of community service and sublime edibles to the original community brewery. More information is at mars.beer. That's MARZ.beer. Lumpin' Radio is part of the Buddy System. The Buddy System is an ecosystem of businesses, nonprofits, publications, products, and people working towards a community-driven future. For more information, visit the-buddy-system.com.
I heard tacos in that last thing there. I'm with it for some tacos. It's not Tuesday, and I'm down for tacos. Is there a time a person in Chicago is not really like, okay, you said tacos, I'm with it? Because I'm it sounds like a wacky radio bit I'm about to do. But the number one let's get that food in Chicago is what? Is it chicken wings, pizza, or tacos? I'm saying tacos. My guess. I'm going to go with tacos. Because, I mean, you know, who doesn't like tacos? I bet it's one person, though. I don't want to have a taco. Shut up. Everybody likes tacos, okay? We're eating them. See? Keep your mouth shut. This James Brown song of the day is from The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson. I saw this online a few months ago, and I said, when I get a chance, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do it. This is courtesy of a gentleman by the name of Ike Dyson. This is from 1973. This is James. Dude, man. All right. There's only one place you can hear the James Brown song of the day, and that's on WLPNOP Chicago, 105.5 FM Lumpin Radio. News from the service entrance, the radio show. And this is the James Brown song of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Carson.
He has sold something like, somebody said, James Brown, 41 million records in his career, and he is something else. Would you welcome, please, James Brown.
Better know it. You better know it. You better know it. The hitman don't get you, then slaughter will. Streets don't deal with your funky mind. Soon be killed. You better know it. Fight for what you think is right. Don't give up. Find it when you know you're right. Sure enough, got to dig on him. Either the man was arguing to play kind love and slim. You better know it. You better know it. Time to turn around. That means it came from front to back. Look here. It's time for the turnaround. That came from front to back. Got to do it a new way. Get the people off the back. When it's time to kill, if the hit man don't get you, then slaughter will. But let me tell you who slaughter is. He's the brother who won't answer. Just smile and take a stand. Dealing with his mind. Get it, get it. Shoot, Florida, shoot.
Jen Brown.
Shattered dreams, worthless years. Here am I encased inside a hollow shell. Life began, then was done. Now I stare into a cold and empty well. The many sounds that meet our ears, the sights our eyes behold, will open up our merging hearts and feed our empty souls. I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. I believe when I fall in love this time, it will be forever. Without despair, we will share in the joys of care and will not be replaced. What has been must never end, and with the strength we have won't be erased. When the truth of love are planned and firm, they won't be hard to find. And the words of love I speak to you will echo in my mind. I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. I believe when I fall in love this time, it will be forever. I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. You know God, I believe when I fall in love with you, it will be forever. You know God.
WLP. I thought you said something else. WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumper Radio. Shout out to my man Matt Spiegel and the Lindbergers because they did, I believe, by Stevie Wonder. It was awesome. Awesome. It is 18 minutes in front of the hour. That's for the Tuesday show. You can catch that 10 a.m. on Tuesdays where you get the condensed version of this show. Here's Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Straighten it out. WLPNLP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumper Radio. News from the service entrance, the radio show.
Walk a fine chalk line and put the needle to the grind. Representing one kind, see an eye for the blind. Witness what I carry on, bears a further purpose. From how we do slam a few, then you wanna purchase. A dialogue of funk, you love to pop it in your trunk. I win more discipline than a Shaolin monk. Pete Rock and CL, well set to spark it. The powerful target to destroy the black market. But when you say black, listen, I don't know, you lose me. I guess another beggar can't afford to be choosy. I come to the maximum, artist on the major label. Any duplication of this one is fatal. On 125, I gotta hit your line, beat your ass with my tape, any race or shape. Cause if they got mine, they got yours too. But together, here's what we gotta do.
Yeah. You know, this ain't the word. That's right, y'all. You got to. Everybody must.
Legacy I pass on, clearancy for high rates. Every time we sample all the pastime greats, stick it in the SP 1200 to make a loop. Lovely way to troop in the Lexus coupe. Just a little bit set to make a whole lot happen. The musical inside my rapping, written by the CL, produced by the PR, and any credit that you heard thus far. A start from scratch cause the bass line's critical. Better than the original who first made it. Now you wanna sue me, but fans never boo me. Believe I know the times we've been broke too, G. Here's another sample clear, see you get the hell out of here. Like a bootleg, you're over for the year. You only get the credit where the credit is due. So listen, what I shout out is true.
You got to tell them to say what. You got to tell them to say what. That's right. Come on. Say what. That's right. Straighten it out. Say what.
Like the strands of limbs, well, I'm thinking that's said. Here to go to the head and count the locks on the dread. I and I lit to verify, growing to multiply. A theory many thought a conspiracy. Here to let you know that it applies to all of us. You know exceptions to the rule and that's a plus. Cause who job blessed, let no one curse. Straighten out what I be about, reckon above the clout. And let the management work for me. Because I don't need the unnecessary hostility. A proper marketing plan so we can gobble up the dough, straighten it out so everybody know. The kids are official with the purpose of a smooth surface. Kicking the service one time to make them nervous. We're finally here and very long overdue. Pete Rock, this one's for the crew.
Everybody must say what. You gotta. Everybody must say what. You got to. Come on. Say what. All black people must say what. Everybody must. The YGs they must. The hilltop they must. The whole money earning must. Everybody must. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Pete Rock and CL Smooth, WLPNOP Chicago 105.5 FM Lumper Radio. I wonder what the weather is going to be like this weekend. I'm curious if anybody is wondering as well. Because yesterday it was bone-chilling cold. And I hear it's supposed to be piping hot for the Labor Day. It's Labor Day weekend. Son of a gun. Well, anyway, weather.
Hey! What's the weather for the weekend gonna be? Will it be hot?
Oh, yeah.
Cold? Rain?
No, absolutely not. It's supposed to be in the, this weather forecast is the worst. It's going to be in the 90s Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. PNLP, Chicago 105.5 FM Lumpen Radio. So let me extend it for you. It's tonight a low of 59 degrees in the city, a little bit cooler than that out in the suburbs. Tomorrow a high of 82 degrees. That's near the lake, of course. Saturday it starts to warm up considerably. It's 87 degrees, not humid. Sunday, humidity, 91 for a high on Sunday, 92 for a high on Monday, cloudy, 91 on Tuesday. It starts to cool off next week, Wednesday, and we go back into the 70s around the time we meet each other again next week. Right now, across Chicago, it is 74 degrees at Guaranteed Rate Field, 72 in South Shore, 74 here at WLPN, and in the city of Chicago, it is 74 degrees, and that's your weather. Look at that. Look at how I did that. Weather. Why not? You know, it's not traffic and weather together, but I only imagine the traffic it's Chicago, so the traffic is probably bad. Okay, big roundup. This is the last dance. I do believe. Yes, it is. On the other side, we'll say goodbye right now. George Harrison, news from the service entrance, the radio show.
My sweet Lord, my Lord, my Lord, I really want to see you, really want to be with you, really want to see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord, my sweet Lord. My Lord, my Lord, I really want to know you, I really want to go with you, really want to show you, Lord, that it won't take long, my Lord, my sweet Lord.
The great George Harrison, My Sweet Lord. News from the Service Interest Radio Show from the album All Things Must Pass. Yeah, man. Indeed. And, that's funny that song came on because I'm about to go. It's time to leave. This radio show must end. Back next week, though, with stuff. Hey, would you guys like to get in on some of this press conference that this poor man is trying to have? Because he's struggling, and he looks like he just saw the whole of his life pass. Let's listen in on what's happening down at Guarantee Rate.
That you were developing in the minor leagues weren't necessarily the ones that you signed because you're not director of scouting. Do you expect the changes in scouting, and how do you look to beef that up so you have better players to develop?
Yeah, I look forward to meeting with our baseball operations department. Recently here we've acquired some really quality players, both in the draft and international.
I know you can't see this, but have you ever seen someone stand in front of a flying car that's hurtling toward them and they look like they just saw a ghost? This man looks like he has seen several ghosts.
Ryan.
Chris, obviously, we've heard a lot about leadership this year in one way or the other. With your experience as a player, you've been in good leadership clubhouses and bad leadership clubhouses. How do you use your experience as a player to identify what a clubhouse might need? Because it's not always the 30-100 guy that's the best leader.
I'm a believer that leadership starts at the top. And Jerry made.
This is a mess. I can't do this to you. I actually care about the people who listen to this show. That dude is in trouble. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. He is not going to make it. Well, hey, it's the White Sox, right? I mean, can't be that easy, to just continue to get work with Jerry. Wow. Anyway, yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. That just made me want to throw up. I can't do anymore. Stupid White Sox. Thank you to our guest, DJ Spinna. Wonder Love, September 8th at the Promontory. And thank you to my man from CHGO Sports, the one and only Herb Lawrence, for breaking down the White Sox for us. Next week, I don't know, something good. Thank you to Nemec for making us sound great. Charlie is on assignment. Thank you to everyone else that makes Lumpin' Radio Lumpany. I will see you guys hopefully next week. Get it together, y'all. Let's figure out how we're going to help folks. By the way, a show announcement. Beginning in September, the Mutual Aid Report will be on WLPN LP with yours truly as the host. We are going to help people. The idea of this radio show, the Mutual Aid Report, is that we're going to help people. There will be more information coming. I hope that you guys get in on it. Should be fun. It's nice to help people. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the program today. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who was concerned about my health. I'm good. And thank you and all that stuff. Congratulations again to my niece, Cheryl, and her husband, Aaron, and to both of these humongous families. The wedding was dope. And have fun in Greece, you crazy kids. I'll see you guys when you get back, hopefully. Peace, power, and progress. Watch out for the blue light. Have a great weekend, everybody. DJ Dash for 4 full minutes. 3.5. I'll talk to you guys soon. Get it together, Chicago, for real. Need you. Don't screw this up. Enjoy your weekend. It starts right now, by the way. Later.